Back, everyone. We are Not Great RPG, and we are here once again for the Lost Kings of Adoris. It's going to be a great time. We got a nice combat for you tonight, and we'll see how
Combat?
it goes. Yeah.
What do you mean?
They're gonna die.
Oh, yeah, no, they're absolutely not.
All right, good. I'm
They're
glad we're on the same
Last I
page.
checked, we were exchanging words.
Yeah.
They're going to die at the hands of Grum Bumbledore and Hunter Beast.
Bounty.
Is your-
I'm not dropping my disguise self. They're going to know.
Sure is.
You want to just start?
I appreciate that you were the one saying hello to us.
That's fine. Because I'm so used to doing one for me, but I'm in the DM one, which is all the way down the other end.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, thank you for the happy
You're
birthday.
welcome. Happy birthday.
Thank you. So we will go around.
Nothing from me.
We'll go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves. I did turn the captions on, and then after a brief recap, we'll pick up where we left off last week.
I'm John, and I play Marcus.
I'm Sarah, and I play Dandelion.
Let me get in character real quick. Well, howdy! My name's Glenn. I play Engir.
I'm Autumn and I play Twig.
I'm Mike and I play Mr. Pigeon.
And I am Don, the birthday boy, the DM
The birthday master.
of this campaign. Also, happy birthday to CMS, my birthday twin.
Ooh,
You sure?
happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah.
So many birthdays.
So
today.
many birthdays. It's also Cookie's birthday.
He's the best, though.
Yeah, he is the best.
Yeah.
Anyway, last week you guys reconvened after sending off Ren and Belle. Mr. Pigeon and Twig continued their expedition within the forest to try to seek out the entrance to the Blackflower compound, the exit within the woods, so that way the party can enter from that route rather than entering the city where they're likely to be recognized. They did discover a larger than average tree within a clearing within the forest through a curtain of vines that was heavily guarded.
Boo boo. I'm sorry.
It's okay. They successfully snuck back to the cart, leaving a trail of balloons within the trees, so that way they could find their way back. Possibly floating over the trees, possibly climbing through the trees, unknown at the time that they did it. They entered the tavern and were recognized and brought to the group. You all caught them up to speed on the fact that there are people that need rescuing within the Blackflower compound, and that you intended to enter it and attempt to rescue those people, as well as theoretically kill the 3 black flowers that are supposedly inside.
Hypothetically.
You also postured how you would find your way through the winding area within the Blackflower compound known as the Beneath. And Evelyn brought up that there was a way that she could allow Engir to enter a sort of trance-like state and remember how he escaped in order to remember his path back to where his cell was. Engir agreed to do this. All of you went to a small room with a large window that looked into a pitch black, essentially sensory deprivation chamber with about a foot of water on the ground, warm water, where Evelyn resided. Engir entered, and after taking off his belongings and taking off his bandana to reveal a great big bushy mustache to the party, who all indicated that it was in fact magnificent, as it is. Also seeing all of the tattoos and the blacked out ink on his face. Inside of the waters, he warned Evelyn again that using magic on him would likely lead to bad effects, as it had in the past, and she indicated that this was not magic and pulled out a small satchel of lavender and herb-smelling sort of salts of some kind and sprinkled them into the waters around Engir, casting a sort of fog up around him before sitting on a stone at the entrance to the room. She had Engir close his eyes and imagine himself in his cell. And Engir essentially relived the experience of escaping from the Blackflower compound. Again, he relived the traumatic experience that he had essentially blacked out as his eyes glowed and he entered some sort of uncontrollable state as he escaped. After he came back from that, he exited the room, was comforted by the rest of the party, and you all made your way back to the room to discuss the plans for entering the Blackflower compound. It was decided that Dandelion would make a fake illusion Engir that two bounty hunters, Hunter Beasley and Grumbumbledore, played by our good friends Marcus and Engir. Engir disguised, of course, as the tallest dwarf you've ever seen, matching a tallest dwarf that he had seen in the past. And upon doing so, you left with Artemis after instructing Evelyn to make sure that there was a litany of dogs for the people that would be returning from prison, as it is a very traumatic experience. And she said that she would do her best to obtain dogs and sent her fastest rider out to go obtain dogs. Artemis is going with the party with a heavy crossbow because he is not inconspicuous in any way, being a very large dragonborn, and it was decided that it would be better if he used a ranged weapon, at least in this initial portion, so that way he does not attract too much attention as you are wandering through the woods. You all made your way through the clearing, entering to the woods before being discovered by a guard, indicating that you all did capture one Engir, holding up the wanted poster with his face on it. They seemed pleased and mildly surprised that you had come across Engir, and were very happy to see him and said that they would bring you inside and you would be heavily compensated, but they first did have to inspect the merchandise before letting you inside for obvious reasons. Marcus then yelled, I don't remember what the exact wording was.
Oh, you should kneel before your king.
Believe it was that. And that is where we are picking up. This is pre-initiative order. They will all make their wisdom saves, and then we will roll initiative and enter combat proper from that point forward. I've also discovered for John, there's a repeat loop thing, so that way you can just loop the playlist.
That's excellent.
Yeah, so once you've started it, you can just click it.
Oh,
and just
dear Lord.
Didn't know, but that makes sense.
Yes.
So.
Oh, for simplicity's sake, that genuinely is excellent news.
It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is only 24 minutes. I don't really want to.
Yeah,
click this
especially
every
for the
24
combat
minutes.
ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, so we will. I'll have them roll their wisdom saves.
DC is 15.
DC is 15. All right. So I will do number 2 and 3 first. Number 2 passes with a 16 on the die. Number 3 fails.
Beautiful.
So 2. Number 1. That's a 4 on the die, so that's going to fail for sure.
Very good.
Number 4. Fail. 12 total, so he'll fail.
Another Beasley. Just one more fail, though. 5 men, 6 men?
5.
5.
Did I do 1 already?
Yes. 1 failed, 2 passed, 3 failed, 4 failed. 5 failed.
5 will fail also. That's an 11 on the die.
Very good.
Is it
That was
4
it,
out
right?
of 5?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So 2 is the only one that passed that.
The one
So
on the scale.
remind me what that
They're
does.
frightened.
They're
They
frightened.
have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while I am in their line of sight, and they cannot willingly move closer towards me as I am the target of their fear. They are frightened for 1 minute, and they repeat the saving throw at the end of their turn.
Glorious.
If they're still frightened.
Perfect. All right. We will now roll initiative.
So here's the thing, Don.
Yeah.
Initiative is an ability check.
So they have disadvantage.
For the 4 that are frightened,
For the 4 that are frightened.
they're afraid of me.
They're afraid of you.
They're disadvantaged on their initiative checks.
That's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
It's great for all the roguely people in the party. Ensuring that the chances of them going early is quite good. Good news!
Forgot in the outline I made the titles of each of these headers so I can just click on the side.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, this is terrible news.
Yes, indeed it is.
For you. For us.
To me.
Oh, yeah, right?
Better.
Punch the microphone.
Punch.
I cannot wait to finish this book and get to use.
Second book,
These are all filled.
Oh.
third book,
My.
This
fourth
is-
book,
I don't have a fourth one. I'm just gonna go to
big
a
notebook.
normal sized
Big book.
notebook.
Dude, why would you do that? You gotta keep it the small books.
Yeah.
This has been awful.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I've
That's
regretted
why.
Never again will I do this
I
to
bought
myself.
them because they're so cute, and I thought they were bigger than this, and then they arrived, and they're teeny tiny. I take notes on them sideways
Mhm. It's like
because this
a
was just
detective flipping open your bag.
yes. Because this is like a full size page. But
All right.
Say
How's
well,
it going
PD.
up there?
Pretty good. Marcus.
13.
13. Dandelion.
Dandelion is a 18, and then Shimmer is a 20.
Okay. Engir.
16.
16. Mr. Pigeon.
9.
9.
Oh no.
Starting
Sweet.
off hot.
27.
There we go.
27.
Yeah.
There
it
we
is.
go.
There it is.
All right, let me order these.
Just gonna watch this acrobatic cat descend from the trees and stab a man in the neck and disappear into the night.
A cat robot, if you
Are
will.
we in the area?
When
Yeah,
the
you
trees
guys
off
are
to
in
the
the
side.
trees.
Yeah.
You guys are technically up in the tree.
Yes,
But
yeah.
I do have you there, so you are close enough in range to really get to anybody. But you are up in the trees currently.
I wonder if suction cups would stick to this. We could do like little.
Tinier pedestals, so this way we can do
Yeah.
different elevations. That's why, like, I had built the acrylic clear
Yeah,
like
they're just
towers.
so big.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, that was the problem. Was like I built
Yeah.
them for the end of fall, where it's like
Yeah.
we're fighting like 7 dragons simultaneously. Like I can't do a shitload of individual platforms. It won't make sense. It's easier to just effectively do like 3 different elevations, and each
Yeah.
of them being a big rectangular
That's
square.
why I like using the Chess X dice boxes, the
Mhm.
clear ones.
Yeah,
they get
those
you
are
up
good.
enough that it's like
Mhm.
they're not
You get the
noticeable.
point.
They
Mhm.
fit the minis.
Yeah.
Mike, can you roll off against me?
7.
All right, that's a 19, so I'm going to be going first.
Tough
You have
start
different
for Mr.
dice.
Fiction.
Maybe you switch those ones out.
We'll give it one more.
There you go.
Using the skin dice.
Yeah. It's the one made out of silicone.
What?
Ew.
Yeah, like
Are they squishy? Oh
Yeah.
god.
they're really cool.
Feels
That's
like skin.
weird.
I've seen them before. Oh, they're not squishy, but they're. That's so strange.
That's uncomfortable.
All right.
It's like.
Top of the order,
bounce a lot.
unsurprisingly, Twig with a 27.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like that better than stone, actually, though.
Well.
Stab.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Man.
So I'm in the tree.
You are in the tree.
So I'm gonna jump down,
Okay.
and I'm gonna. I am gonna go for 2. Right in front of me.
Okay.
And 20.
20 will hit.
Where is she unseen?
That's a great question.
2 is looking at Marcus.
As far as We presented ourselves as just two humble bounty hunters with an illusory man, a real man.
A real man.
It's also evening, right?
Yeah, I would say that you are unseen.
What does that do?
You have advantage since they don't know you're there.
Dig for the
Crit.
You get a
crit.
nat 20.
No.
Damn.
You just one hit him. He
Yeah,
just drops dead.
again, he's the only man who's not scared of me. The thought of the only one not shaking in fear,
Dropping
just getting
dead.
stabbed through the throat and dying immediately, 100% the other 4 men are like, we're fucked. Like, no, we're done. You just stabbed Frank in the neck and he's gone.
We're just gonna leave.
Yeah.
That is 19 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
Scurry on away.
move away. I'm gonna go back up in the tree. In that tree.
Yeah. So
Cat just drops out of
the-
the tree, stabs
Ow!
you, and then disappears.
all
fuck
of
was
these
that?
5 guards are moving closer towards the central one that is standing in front of Marcus. Marcus says you should kneel before your king, and there's a rustling in the trees as Twig launches herself from the tree towards Knight 2, stabs forward and catches him in the upper shoulder as he just, as you rip out and rush back up the other tree and vanish into the darkness once
I wanna
again.
hiss at him while I'm
Sure, yeah.
While you're stabbing?
afterwards. Like,
Running away.
As I
Yeah.
and I'm gone.
You stab him, zip out into the night. Yeah, and you vanish back into the darkness once more. They do know that you're there, so you will not be unseen again, but you do have at least partial cover being in the tree. Next up is, oh boy, free bots.
Ooh.
Can we be famous?
We could be.
Is it our
It
chance
doesn't
to be
actually
famous?
say that, but
Oh.
the quality is guaranteed to be the best, so that's pretty cracked.
Ooh, hell yeah, dude.
Thank you, Luna. For my birthday too. Oh my
Right?
Happy birthday.
Next up is Shimmer.
Shimmer is gonna just chill.
Okay. Sure.
Nice.
Just taking
That's
the
right. You're
dodge
still
action.
hiding.
Yep. Good old dodge action.
Very good. Next up is Dandelion.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry, I got an 18.
You rolled very high.
This is not the best time to be rolling high like this.
Kill them. Kill them all.
Uh,
Unleash your rage as Dandelion.
which I guess this one in front of Marcus is the one stepping close to us. Like, is he the one coming to inspect?
Yes.
Also, are we all in a line, or were we kind of?
So it was said that Marcus was leading with Engir, real Engir at the back, sandwiching the clone in between. You are on Engir's shoulder, so functionally you are in Engir's space. I just placed you behind him.
I'm just trying to see if. All right, so I can't really hit this first guy. But I guess number 3 over here, I'm just going to,
Kill him.
I mean, you are hiding underneath my cape, and
He's taller than me.
I'm standing with my arms up. You could.
Well, I thought it was like on your shoulder or something.
Again, he is
Yeah.
literally taller than me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, you're above where I am in terms of what
True.
your line of sight would
Alright,
be.
My hands are up, and somebody's getting shot.
I would say if you're going for number 1, you could
Like,
I would like
shoot
to go
over
for number
Marcus's
1,
head.
the one who's approaching us, like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
who
everybody
is
come.
he's the one who is speaking to us, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot him with an Eldritch Blast.
Sure.
You're invisible, right?
Yes.
You have advantage.
Or no, I'm not invisible.
You're mini. Yeah, she's just shrunk.
I'm just small, but I'm not invisible.
Yeah, you're not invisible. Just small.
I don't know if that's unseen because he doesn't know I'm there. Like, he does know Engir is there, but
Like I said, my hands are up. We can just sit and talk about this, and bam! Quick draw.
that's gonna be an 18.
18 will hit.
For 12 points of force damage.
12 points of force damage to number 1.
Is that right?
What?
Do you have only one Eldritch Blast or 2?
It's been a while. I think do I have?
It's probably 2 by
Or
now.
level 5? Actually, are we 5 or 6 now? We're 5.
We're
Should
5.
have 2.
Okay, I'll do another one then. Where does it say? Where?
Spells. Good
Is it-
spells.
Spells.
Eldritch Blast.
Got a blast.
Oh, yep. That one is a 19 to hit.
19 will also hit.
Hit him with the old double barrel.
Mm-hmm.
9 points of force damage.
21, Blackjack.
Hit me.
Yeah, so you pop up and stand on Engir's shoulder and leap slightly up in the air and launch 2 Eldritch Blast beams. What color is your Eldritch Blast? What does the beam look like?
It's probably like a, I was thinking like a pink and green, like
Okay, yeah,
like a force, like a springtime kind of,
sure,
similar to her garb, like that pink and
sure.
leaf green.
Yeah, so you leap up and launch your Eldritch Blast beams down towards
I do
this
stay
man.
touching Engir.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just kind of 1 foot.
Yeah, foot
up,
on.
for flavor, and launch these pink and green springtime Eldritch Blasts, complete with the small like petal blossoms inside, striking into this man as he kind of staggers back and catches himself. But you can see that there is a burn mark from this singeing the center of his blackened cloak. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Very good. Next up, real Engir.
That's me.
Like a bell out
think I'm going to... I'm going to get angry.
Okay. Feeling mad.
I just sort of... And I'm going to barrel towards number 3.
Number 3? Okay.
Yep. I'm going to not shake her off of my shoulders because I think that shit's funny.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
just hanging on for
You're just hanging on. Yeah, I'm gonna like look over my shoulder and like look at you and nod real quick, and then just take off running at 3. We're going for a ride. I'm not even gonna pull my weapon out because I want to use them so badly. Yeah, I'm not even gonna pull out my weapon. I'm just gonna run up to this man and I'm going to uppercut him twice in the face.
Sure. Absolutely.
Give him the old. One's a dirty 20.
Okay, that will certainly hit.
The other is an 11.
11 will not hit on number 3.
Do you have knuckle dusters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was.
That was the thing you would ask for, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of it.
That is. Ooh, capped it. Shit, yeah. 8, 9, 10, 12. That's.
like cat familiar minions. Is there like the cup of the other?
They
minions
were.
in it?
It was over there, but I don't know if it
We're
is
not
over
on
there.
my side.
It may have been put back.
Did I steal it?
That's 12 bludgeoning to his face.
Okay. This is number 3.
Correct.
Yes. Plus. Yeah, plus 2, so that's 14.
14. Okay.
And then he's also going to eat 6 radiant damage to his face.
20 total.
Yes. I forgot that he rolls high damage. No, you're good.
Yeah, so you...
Looks like your luck just ran out.
Yeah, so you charge, and your disguise drops when this happens? Or does it not?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I'm gonna hold it for the whole... No. Yeah, just for this first attack, I'm gonna keep it up.
Sure. Yeah, so you rush out from behind Marcus and Fake Engir over to guard number 3, who is approaching, and has really kind of been caught off guard by this sudden fight. And you rush towards him, draw your arm back, and uppercut him. And as he is staggered, you attempt to get him in the jaw, and he reaches up and grasps your arm, and you say, "Looks like your luck just ran out. We will see." And fittingly, he is up next. Is there anything else on your turn?
I'm gonna drop my disguise self at that exact moment when he says "we'll see," and then I'll drop it and look at him and go.
Very good. Yeah, so he is going to attempt to attack. He will have disadvantage.
He's scared.
'Cause he is scared. And he's more scared right now.
Doubly scared.
Ooh, that's worse. Yeah, the first one's definitely not hitting. That's a 3 on the die.
Just gets me.
16? 16 hits?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hit you with the second one.
Oh, I gave everyone a bardic inspiration before we started too.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a D8 or 6?
D.
4? Probably 6 for
I
her,
think
because
it's
I don't know how many
6.
bard levels she's got.
Let me check. It's a 6.
Okay.
Add a d6 to any roll.
One time.
Is it any roll?
Yeah.
No. Okay, thank you.
Ability check, attack roll, or save.
I was just saying, I know there's like different
Yeah.
sub things that like make it usable for different stuff. Like, I think with the one you can also add it to like healing
Damage.
spells
Yeah.
and spell damage,
Yep.
but not regular attacks or something.
Yeah,
Some
and
weird caveat.
The sword or valor one is the one that lets you add it to your damage and attack roll specifically. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. Bard's neat.
Wow.
So he slashes forward after stopping your one hand. He slashes at you with a short sword. You counter with your knuckle dusters to push the blade away, and he swings back under your hand while holding the other one and slashes across your chest. You take 13 slashing damage. And that is the end of his turn.
It barely connects.
Yeah, it barely connects. But as he slashes across your torso with this second attack, he is kind of slashing at an angle in the direction of where his the other guard is flanking on the other side of Marcus, and the blade almost seems like it is magnetically attracted in that direction as he slashes. Like his hand whips around faster than you think it should be able to.
So it's being pulled
Seemingly.
that way.
Yep,
Is what it feels like.
seemingly.
I could feel that with my abdomen.
Yeah. Well, just visually.
Ooh. Yeah.
First swing versus second swing.
I gotcha.
That is his turn. Next up is Marcus.
Did you half the 13 because you raged? Because it is
Oh no, I did not.
slashing.
Yep,
damage,
it is
you said,
slashing,
correct?
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So 6.
Also, we had 10
We had the
HP.
9 temp hit points
you
for
have
me,
9
so
temp,
you should
so
still
you're
be
doing
full
great.
with 3
Yeah.
temp hit points. Yeah, that was why I was asking. Okay, so to me, yeah, so I'm gonna just give it a good old here, girl. And I'm gonna pull my horse from towards the carriage because I can
Okay.
summon my steed in my
Yeah.
direction.
Absolutely.
It should have the 40 foot of movement, so I'm absolutely fine with it being it takes the 40 to get to me.
Sure.
And then would not have any additional movement for me to continue on it now. So I'm not going to mount it.
Sure.
I'm just going to put it next to me.
Sure.
So, like, it's as my horse is galloping up behind me. I'm just going to look at number 1, realize that also repeat for number 3 at the end of his turn.
Repeat for number 3.
Because he was scared.
That is a 9 on the die, so that's not
Still scared. Yeah, so like as my horse is galloping up behind me, and again, it is a jet black horse, and I'm a man in black armor with no face visible.
Yep.
And a good old southern drawl. I'm just going to pull out my fancy new, beautifully gifted reliquary sword and just watch as it kind of ignites in the darkness. And I'm going to look at number 1. No one fucks with Hunter Beasley and survives. And then I'm going to look over at number 3. I'm going to use my bonus action. I'm going to cast Compelled Duel because he is the only one not afraid of me.
Yeah, okay.
DC is 15. Again, it is a wisdom saving throw.
DC is 15. Okay.
Where would you like your horse, sir?
Like right behind me for, thank you.
Are you on the horse?
No, I'm not getting on it this turn. It's using its full 40 to get to me because I can summon it. Because it is already out. It was one of the horses attached to our carriage.
It is a 16 on the die.
Okay, so he's passing.
Yeah, he passes.
Cool. Very good. Well then. I know number 1 is still my target. I'm just going to slowly walk towards him.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to get like 5 feet away from him.
Yeah,
Just kind of looking.
The cowboy boots.
Oh, yeah. Just looking at the sword, like twisting it in my hands, and then kind of hold it in front of his face, just by like a few inches. It's real pretty, ain't it? I'm just gonna slash at his throat.
Sure.
Does your sword have a reach, or are you?
He's moving forward.
Yeah, I'm within
Okay.
5 feet of him.
Yeah, he's slowly walking forward and slashing at this man with his
Beautiful sword.
beautiful blade. As you see the hair, the glowing spots on his hair begin to glow brighter as he kind of looks into the flames of this sword.
13 on the first attack.
13 does not hit.
Fantastic. I'm gonna swipe at him again with the second one. Someday we'll have... done. That's a sweet old...
Natty 20.
I cannot read that. I'm assuming it's 20 because Yep.
I'm assuming
A
because
good
the
natural
yummy
20
noises.
for Marcus Chad Hunter Beasley Shaw.
Yeah, making it where the first one
Yeah.
feels almost more like it's a distraction and I angle the blade so he sees his own reflection. Making it where, like, I know I missed, but, like, flavoring it as I'm really just twisting the blade so his eyes are consumed by the glamorous appeal of my greatsword. And then absolutely just gonna go for his fucking throat.
Sure.
I will, of course, Divine Smite, Don, because there is one way to live in this world.
And it's Divine Smite.
And it's Divine Smiting.
Just paladin things.
Yeah, I'm a holy man. I'm gonna give him the...
He is going to be soon, too. Man with many holes.
No, my smites are 8s on the naturals. And it's actually one more because second level spells are fucking nuts. He's not by chance like undead. No, I divine sensed.
Yep,
I
you
would
do.
know that anyway. It's 38 radiant damage on the first side. 9. Capped is 12, so 21 fire damage on the second side. I also am going to pump my maneuver into this man now that I think about it. Why wouldn't I? 8, 13. Oh boy. It's 25 slashing damage, and then the maneuver. Which also he needs to make a wisdom saving throw for me as well.
The wisdom save is he's going to die, but he did roll an 18 on the wisdom save.
Fucking
very
piece of
wise.
shit,
This guy knows a lot.
right? Which is a d6 as well.
Enlightened.
5
In those
plus
moments
6,
close to
11
death,
more
I
slashing
get it
damage.
now.
I should have spent more
That-
time with my family.
116
It's
total
so
with what he
simple.
took already.
I'm not scared anymore.
So that would have been without what he took already. You did 95 damage to this man, and you walk up to him with the blade, and you just like slowly draw it across his neck and tilt it towards his face so he can see the reflection of himself in this almost
Yup.
fiery mirror,
Yup.
and then you quickly slash across his neck as fire and radiant light slashes across the area, and he stumbles backwards, and he uses his reaction to attempt to step away, but he cannot.
I was gonna say, very much, I would love to, because he was wearing like a robe, you said,
Yeah.
right? Like a cloak. As he stumbles back, I would very much like to reach out with my left hand, grab underneath his shirt collar, and hold him and just lean closer to his face. Another hunt claimed. Enjoy your rest. And then I'm gonna let him go.
Yeah, and he crumples to the floor in front of you. He is very dead.
Good. It feels good.
Yeah. Paladin.
Sword is so holy. Invigorating, God. I've never felt so alive and
I
filled
helped.
with justice. Yeah, you shot him. And I cut his head off.
As Marcus says this and looks into this man's eyes, you see his hair almost begin to like stand up on his head.
I do have a
slightly.
great helm on, which
Oh,
is
okay.
like a square bucket. So like
Got
there
it,
would be
okay.
some stretches of like the strands that
Sure.
would come out from underneath the bottom of the bucket helm.
Sure. Yeah, you would see that almost flare out from the
Mm-hmm.
bottom of the helm as it just the red and orange spots in his hair almost begin to burn with a white hot intensity, and you hear the sound of, in your mind, Marcus, you hear like jangling chains, and you just hear this cackling voice. Good, good.
Oh, I know.
Anything else on your turn?
No, I think as I let him fall to the ground, I still have movement left.
You do.
That was roughly like 10 feet of my movement, 15 feet of my movement.
15, yeah.
15.
So I have 15 remaining, and in order to better position myself, I'm going to just freeze the one I can't care about in terms of... Engir's pretty fine and tanky. I
Yeah.
am going to step back 5 feet, and then, since more of my companions that I know about are here, 5, 10, 15, to be right in front of my horse, again, still trying to make it where,
Yep.
at worst, this guy can fucking, like, go to the right. That dude is also still frightened, could arguably go to Engir, but can't come towards, like, Twig,
Yeah.
Mr. Pigeon, or me.
Yep. Yeah, you
obviously
kind of
still.
like block them off.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, yeah, just kind of put my sword in the ground in front of me and lean on it with both hands and just look out at these men and wait.
Very good. Yeah, so Artemis is next.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
He's going to run up and stand next to fake Engir. So that way he can get in range. How far is that? Yep, that's about as far as he can get. And he's going to, with his greatsword on his back, lift his heavy crossbow and take a shot at number 5.
Sound like
Mambo
a game
number?
Mambo number 5.
Take a shot at number 5.
show. That's at number 5.
Burger King foot lettuce.
I do appreciate the opportunity to smite the wicked.
Yeah, so you see the first bolt go wide and launch into the trees beside number 5 as it just whips by everyone. Haven't used one of these in a bit. Usually use a sword, and he pulls the trigger again and launches another large crossbow bolt at this mage-looking guard. Mageman, as it strikes into the shoulder of number 5, and he full spins and lands back where he is. Takes 10 damage to number 5. And that is it for Artemis at the moment.
Cool.
Next up is number 2, who is
Unafraid.
there, unafraid. right? That one's 2 over there?
Yes.
1,
The
2?
blue one.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, he is going to...
Also, Don, I know it's been some time, but did you want to put the battle map camera on? 'Cause I didn't realize we hadn't had that up
Yeah, I forgot.
until I looked at the television for a moment. I was like, we just gestured at a man, and I didn't see men
Yeah.
on the television.
Do you want to get the light too?
I checked it doesn't add a lot unless I make it really bright, and then it's blinding everybody, so I'm just leaving it off. Yeah, so number 2 can't... he's unafraid, so
He's
he can
unafraid.
move wherever he wants.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, not really.
Yeah.
We'll hunt him down.
Well, yeah, you'll hunt him down.
Break his leg.
He might be afraid of the woods now.
Yeah.
He might, yeah.
The trees, they got me.
I did just murder his leader.
You did.
In cold blood.
Yeah.
Just ruthlessly walked up to him and then looked at that man too. I did also attempt to compel him to duel me. I know he resisted,
Yeah,
but I did effectively challenge him to fight me.
he did. Yeah, okay. So, he is going to walk towards Marcus, dragging his sword on the ground towards you. Mm-hmm. You'd like to duel? Then let's duel. And he will backhand swing his sword up at you. Nope, that's a 3 on the die. So
Now kiss.
as you swing this, as he swings this sword up, you just parry his sword away with your gauntlet.
Ooh, I was gonna say.
Sure.
Can it absolutely be? Again, obviously entirely up to you,
Mm-hmm.
but I love the thought of I just stand motionless. Because again, I had implied that I
Yeah.
was standing with the hands on the back of the pommel of my sword as
Sure.
I'm pushing it into the ground. He says, like, you wanted to duel, and I fucking ignore him.
Okay.
So when he swipes, it's very much the, like, thinks that I'm going to on guard and
Yeah, and you-
parry, and
and
I
you
do
don't.
fucking nothing. And he just swipes a few inches still away from my face,
Sure.
thinking that I would turn to
Yeah.
actually engage with
Sure,
him.
absolutely. That is totally fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't move, and he swings with the one blade and misses because you don't react in any way. And then he puts his other hand behind the pommel and stabs forward because it is already in that position to be able to do that, and he will attempt to attack you again. That is a 18? 18. It's 18 piercing damage. As he drags this blade on the ground, swings towards you, and looks baffled. And then in one swift motion, towards you, and stabs you in the shoulder, which I'm assuming, again, you just don't react in any way.
Not a goddamn movement.
No movement. You don't react, you don't move. And he just looks, the fuck are you?
Oh yeah, especially if it's while it's still embedded in like that portion
it
of my.
absolutely is.
I'm a goddamn monster. And one hell of a bounty hunter. I'm gonna just not remove the sword from my body.
Yeah. He is going to pull the sword out.
Oh, if I see him go to do it,
Yeah.
can I, Griffith Gauntlet grab that shit?
Sure.
I would like to attempt to not let him remove his blade from my body.
Sure. Yeah, make a
If you would
strength check
permit
against
that.
me.
Utilizing whatever reaction I've got. 18, 22.
Yep, you beat me. Even with the 17 on the die, you still beat me.
I am a strong lad.
Yeah. He is too, but
Good.
not as strong.
Oh yeah, I love the thought of like it wriggles in my hand and like jostles around.
Yeah, he puts his other hand in front of the one that's gripping the base of the sword and begins to pull and leans back. But you are much larger than he is, even at your young age. I mean, these are fairly slender individuals,
Sure.
the lot of them.
Sure.
Sort of almost elvish build, as you would expect. And he leans back and kind of digs his feet into the ground as he attempts to pull his blade out, and you just leave it in.
Thank you.
That is his turn. Next up is the good friend, Mr. Pigeon.
All right.
Got them all lined up for you.
I'm just gonna. Alright, looks like you got that guy under control, sort of. I'm gonna lean forward, using my sickle to like hang onto the tray I'm on, and I'm gonna guiding bolt the one further away.
Okay.
Number 4 for
Number
you.
4.
That's the one.
Yep.
Do I get unseen or?
Yeah, you're
Sweet. A clown
you're
in a
in the
tree.
fucking tree. You are dressed in black and white in the middle of the night.
That's a natural 20.
Clown.
It came
Clown.
back around.
Clown.
Do clowns get smite?
Apparently, my watch thought that I was talking to it and looked up on Quora, why do people wear black and white in the middle of the night?
Why? Why do they do this?
See, speaking of asking things to look up, I recently asked our Google Home to look up if mango skin was safe to eat, because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And Google's response is like, I don't know the answer to that, but people often ask, is mango skin edible? Do you want the answer to that? And it's like, yeah. That's exactly what I asked.
Oh, no, not that.
Is it safe to eat?
It is. But it is often covered. You have to wash it.
Yeah.
Was the punchline.
Yeah. Because pesticides and stuff. But that's just fruit.
Wash your fruit, everybody.
And your veggies.
Yeah.
And your body.
Don't act like we didn't teach
Your
you
hands.
anything.
And your bones.
Your hair. And your bones.
When you dig them up.
All right.
Wash your hands.
Wash your bones and your ass.
61 radiant damage.
Clown.
Jesus Christ.
As a
dude,
let's say like a moonlight tinted pigeon will fly out and hit him.
Does it explode?
Yep, it'll
Yes!
And the next attack roll made against this target has advantage, as it is dimly lit in moonlight.
Okay. He is incredibly bloodied. I'm going to say he's knocked prone by the 61 points of damage.
Does he
61
even
pigeons.
know? Like, does he know what hit him?
A pigeon.
Like,
A pigeon made of moonlight.
There's a white bird in the night. Is it a dove? Kablam.
Oh, he's
Like when they
getting
get hit by
off.
baseballs, just boom, feathers.
Spectral feathers.
yeah, you launch this moonlight-colored pigeon out at this man. It strikes him. Does it, like, dance around through the air or anything? Like, any sort of performance, or just like a rocket?
Nah, just like a laser. Maybe it'll doing some like
like a
dogfighting
firecracker.
maneuvers. Yeah.
Yeah, it barrel rolls towards him like a out of control firecracker. Do a barrel roll, and strikes this
It's got Corky's
this
voice.
man
Gonna
right
spank some nuggets.
right in the mask that he is wearing, and he almost like backflips and lands on the ground as you just illuminate him with light as he takes 61 points of damage and is not having a great time. He is incredibly bloodied.
I'm gonna elect to not use my bonus action now. That seems fine. I don't see a reason to add a second level spell slot. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out in my tree and watch.
Conjure
Very
another
good.
pigeon, maybe.
Yeah, wait for another opening.
Very good. Yeah, it's his turn now. So he is going to stand and use half of his movement. And he's seeing where this blast came from. He does unfortunately have disadvantage, but he is sure going to try. He is going to clap both of his hands together, take a step back, and push out in the direction of the tree that you were in. He's going to attempt to hit you with a spell. But I doubt it. That is a 12. Didn't think so. Yeah, you
miss by
watch
much.
as an almost invisible beam, just kind of shimmery like heat from a grill, erupts from his hands towards the tree and rips the leaves off of the tree, right next to where you were standing, as it just barrels through and leaves almost a circular-sized hole straight through the tree next to you. And he's going to step back with the other foot and do the same thing again in rapid succession and attempt to hit you with the second one.
Scared. 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 Scared.
That's
Scared
a natural
clowns.
1.
Math. He's scared of clowns.
It was a 19 and a nat 1. So the nat 1, I'm going to say that he just dies.
He has a heart attack. He just died. Killed an NPC in a game because they had a heart attack from an insult.
Yeah.
This man got
Yeah.
bomb pigeoned in the mouth.
Yeah, with the natural 1,
I've disgraced.
he steps back for the first attack and launches this beam out, and then steps back with his other foot. And because of the force of your attack hitting the ground so hard, there's now a small divot that was not there before when he walked up. And he steps into it, and as he goes to cast the second beam, he slips and shoots it directly at the ground, which does launch him backwards through the air. He had 4 HP. He's dead. He's just going to die. He strikes this large tree as he gets launched backwards, smashing into the side of this bark and crumpling to the ground. He is dead.
Clowns.
He literally had so little
Yeah.
HP. With a nat 1, he's just dead. Yeah, next up is number 5.
Also scared.
Also scared. Yeah, well, let's see. Is the dead guy still scared? 16, he's not scared anymore. Maybe.
I'm not afraid to
That's what
die.
passing on does for you.
Yeah, not afraid of death anymore. Yeah. Yeah, he is going to launch an attack at Marcus because you're standing there and not reacting to any of the other things, so they're sure going to try. Nope, that's a 7 on the die.
Marcus.
So that's certainly not going to hit,
Marcus.
because that would be a 14. We'll try with one more.
Marcus.
That is a natural 1.
Marcus!
The other die. They're just dead. No.
Maybe I should launch an attack at the ground.
Pretty unfazed, just watches his other
No,
friend get blown up.
They're under the ground! More people! Fire!
No, this with another natural 1, but this person is only taking 10 damage, so they're not dead. Well, yeah, with a natural 1 on what is happening,
Hit his own man. The man.
I don't think he hits his own man based on the type of ability that this
Sure.
is. You, with this first attack, you watch as these purple runes begin to trace on Marcus's head like a crown around your head. But the glowing flame of your hair pulses as it does, illuminating your helmet, and these runes vanish on the first attack. And with the second one, this mage swirls their hands and attempts to send it back towards you, but you see the runes appear on their own head as they attempt to do this.
So what you're saying is there's a god within me and it's absolutely controlling the world around me.
Definitely possible.
Beautiful. God is on my side, dog.
And they're going to take 6 damage. So they're at a total of 16 taken now as they just kind of collapse inward on themselves a little bit and grip at their own forehead before looking back up towards you. What the fuck are you? The fuck are all of you?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This is a weird group, I'm sure.
We're holy people.
Yeah.
We're the good guys, for sure.
You've got 2 Engirs. You've got a little fairy on the shoulder of one of them. You've got whatever's going on with Marcus. You've got a cat that jumps out of the trees and then disappears into the night.
What cat?
And
then
What cat?
I'd say
I didn't
a
see
clown.
any cat.
No one saw the clown.
No one saw the clown.
No one's aware there's a clown. They just know a pigeon
Something's
exploded.
in the tree.
It's pigeon cannon.
But Illusion Engir, having not given a command, is just...
Yeah, That's good.
No, he's just standing there with his arms bound. He can't
he-
T-pose, literally, because his arms are bound. But he just stands there and kind of just
He's idling.
looks around. He's in his idle mode. And we're back up to the top of the order with Twig in a tree. Cat in a tree.
In a tree.
There is the one man alive adjacent to me. And then you've got the other two further away.
And then those two.
Yeah, because this guy's dead.
It was too funny to just pull him off the board. He had to get thrown. He blew himself up. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the guy in front of Marcus.
Okay. Flank that man. Stab his ass.
Yeah.
This is number 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
23.
23 will certainly hit.
I don't get my
You do.
I do?
Yeah, you get sneak attack because you're within 5 of an ally.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much
So I
always
just
have
get it all
it.
the time?
Yeah.
Your build of rogue does.
Yeah. She's skirmisher, right?
The pirate
Swashbuckler.
Yeah. It's like you get it for all the normal reasons, plus if there's no one around.
Mm-hmm.
If there's people around, you get it. If there's no people around, you get it.
Yeah, right?
Are you a rogue? You get it.
Yeah, it's 20. 18, sorry.
18.
And then I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
Still your bonus action.
go. Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I didn't.
Yeah, 'cause you
Never
can
mind.
dash,
I'm
or you
gonna-
can,
I mean, unless you use.
or you
No,
can
you don't-
attack again.
Do you need to use a bonus action to disengage, or you just
No.
can
No,
automatically?
not with Swashbuckler.
Then I'm gonna use my dagger with the other hand and
Sure, stab him.
yeah. Roll a 20, right? No.
Damn.
And then I'm gonna move.
He's dead.
Very good. Yeah, you leap out of the tree. Naruto run at this man. Stab towards with your rapier. Attempt to stab with your dagger as he throws his sword backwards to catch it, and you then zip backwards over towards the tree. I'm assuming hissing at him again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And zip
Holy
back
shit, a
towards this
cat.
big tree. It's a big fucking cat.
Not again!
What the fuck are all
She haunts me!
Why does he keep hissing at me?
There was money involved here. What are you doing?
500,000 gold!
Simple prisoner exchange! Simple!
Anything else?
What happened?
All right. Shimmer.
Shimmer's gonna move over to this guard number 2 and where Marcus is,
Mhm.
and use the help action.
Very good.
Marcus.
Yeah, that's it for Shimmer.
Glorious. All right. Next up, Dandelion.
All right, so we have 5 is just chilling over there.
Yep.
2 is
Been punched in the mouth.
bite, and then stabbed by a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And then how is what is this, 3 over
Yeah,
here?
3
How's-
got punched in the mouth.
Oh,
Sorry.
3
yeah.
is punched in the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, 2's been stabbed by a cat twice.
Mm-hmm.
I punched 3 in the mouth. 5 has been hit with a crossbow bolt in his stomach.
Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast 3.
Number 3.
Yep.
All right.
First one, 10.
10 will not hit.
Second one, what was it 13?
13 will not hit.
No, sorry, 23.
I was gonna say that's a 16.
Yeah.
23 will hit.
Yeah. I was trying to math, and my brain short circuited.
Oh, so that's subtraction.
Ooh, I'd go for a good sub right now.
It was
You have one.
so delicious.
I still have part of mine in the fridge.
Oh my god.
I literally replicated the TikTok grinder thing with
Yeah.
the salad sauce. It was so fucking good.
9
points of damage.
Force
for
damage.
Number 3.
Yes.
Yeah, you once again erupt these 2 beams One of them strikes the ground where a small patch of flowers erupts from the spot that you strike the ground. The second one strikes this man in the shoulder. And he is still attempting to grab his sword from Marcus's shoulder and cannot get it out.
This is the one in front of Engir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, that's number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
we're a little bound up after having
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
tussle.
Yeah, he's kind of tangled up with Engir's
I'm basically
knuckle
point
dusters.
blank. Actually, is it a ranged attack? I think I have... Would that... I guess that would be a disadvantage, then.
If you are within 5, and
Yeah,
if you're
'cause
on Engir,
I'm on
Yeah, you
Engir.
are.
then you would be. So.
Is she up high enough to be out of a 5? You know
No,
what I'm
she's
saying?
too small.
Oh, okay.
So the first one's the same. I mean, I guess that's...
Yeah.
So 20 on the second one.
20
so
will still hit.
Okay.
Yep. So, same thing. The first one strikes into the ground, small patch of flowers erupts, and the second one strikes him in the shoulder, and he is pushed back slightly as he and Engir kind of come loose from their tangled weaponry. Speaking of Engir, Sarah, anything else?
That is it. I'm
All right.
still chilling over here with Engir.
Very good. Engir.
Before I begin,
Mm-hmm.
after you at him, I look at you and nod and go, and just shake my head as a sign to just like get ready. I'm going to, still being unarmed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab this man.
Yep.
I think that's just a regular grapple, right?
Yeah.
So it's a strength check for me.
Yeah, it's athletics for you, and he chooses either athletics or acrobatics.
Ooh, this is not looking good for you, bud. No, okay. 18 plus 7.
Yep. 15 for me. So.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna kind of grab him and spin him a little bit as we're fighting around.
Yep.
If I'm allowed to,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because I really want to do this and I've never had a chance to do this in D&D.
Sure.
Can I, now that I've spun him and have him grappled, can I spin really quickly and let go?
Discus.
Can I grab him and throw him towards Artemis?
Normally, no. In this combat, absolutely.
Okay. What would you like me to do?
Wouldn't it count as a shove?
Shove only goes 5 feet.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is he's trying to get him like 15 to 20-ish feet, but like he's ludicrously strong. It just feels like a reasonable improvisation action.
Yeah, roll a strength check. Just to make sure that you're able to get him off the ground.
$15 plus 4 is 19.
Absolutely. Yeah, you spin around 3 times and release in the direction of Artemis, yeeting this man the 15 feet. Artemis is going to use his reaction to draw his greatsword and hold it up in the air as he sees you spinning and attempt to just...
Skewer.
I got it.
Skewer.
Yeah, it's a 17 on the die, so I'm going to say that he gets it.
Alley-oop.
Yeah, you alley-oop this man for 11 damage onto Artemis's sword as he just like slides through it and then falls off to the ground and is prone. That was number 3.
Yeah. Do you need a check to see if Dandelion stays on his shoulder?
Yeah, probably. You're very small.
I spun around 3 times.
Yeah. I feel like at that point it is. Would that be Dex?
Dex, yeah.
Oh, you'd actually be balancing me out. It would be easier to throw somebody if someone was on my back.
I'm only this big. It's not.
Yeah, she's very small.
But it's an
she's a foot
offset
tall.
weight as opposed to it's on the other side. I'm simply the fulcrum in this
Yeah.
scenario.
13.
Yeah, I would say that you kind of are like holding onto the back of his cloak a little bit and your feet are dangling in the air. But you do stay on. You do manage to stay on. Yeah, and Yeah, Artemis sees you spinning and just drops the heavy crossbow, pulls the greatsword and holds it up. Come on, launch, and just slides onto the thing. Well, we've got lunch now. Can you do the monster eating sound?
Number 5 really is like, what the actual fuck are you?
There was so much money involved. What is happening?
You're eating him.
This is a simple prisoner exchange. The fuck is going on?
Cannibals. I'm gonna slowly walk towards this man.
Mm-hmm.
Get about 5 or 10 feet out.
Jesus Christ.
Just slowly walk up to him and just smile.
You're fucked.
Oh. Paylor, forgive me. Yeah.
And that'll be it for me.
Very good. Next up is going to be number 3, who is prone, who's going to sit up and just see Artemis standing over him. And he is going to attempt to stab him, I guess, from the ground. He is still afraid. So,
And prone.
and prone, so not great. Nope, not remotely. Yeah, and he'll try again. That is a 6. Yeah, so he'll make his save at the end of his turn.
Get back, demon!
He will stand and just kind of keep eyes with Artemis, who just kind of watches him stand in front of him. And the guy comes to about here on Artemis as he just looks down. Hello there. Ready to die? He'll make his save. It's an 18. He's no longer afraid. Weirdly.
He's accepting death.
Thank God.
Dad? It's been a long few years.
Yeah, that is...
You came!
You're here! Tarhan, you're back. That's number 3. Next up is Marcus.
Yeah. So, I've got this man still pulling.
Yes.
I'm assuming, like, pretty actively, especially in the space of the scene.
Yep.
You know, I would really dig in and then release to try to let him
Sure.
momentum backwards. Whether or not he stumbles away or anything like that is totally up to you.
Yeah, I would say he stumbles back, but does catch himself like on his back foot. So
foot.
he is kind of like leaning back
away.
slightly, but he does catch himself.
Yeah, now having my hand free again, I really love the sensation and visualization of as the sword leaves the obvious area of an intense wound and like blood starts to pour over the black armor. It is dark here and there's only the little bit of illumination
Yeah,
for
very
me
little light.
from my sword itself, and I have these silver gauntlets now. I would reach at my wound and just let the gauntlet rest on the blood and then look at it.
Sure.
Just almost like a black ooze in the night because of how little light there is here.
Yeah.
And then happily draw that over the flames of my blade.
Sure.
Ideally letting it go from visually, you know, a pretty streamless and continuous, like, gradients of orange and red from the intensity of you know, my patron or whatever she might be. Coat that with, like, this black dripping life. And then just kind of twist it once again and look at him as he's rearing back. And then turn the blade over in my hands so that I can just look right into the area of his reclined chest and go, I'm gonna rip your fucking heart out. And go like that.
Yeah. As you ignite your blade with your blood, you watch as you trace it. This flame immediately flickers into like greens and blues initially as it burns off before going to almost a like kind of flickering back and forth between a shadowy black and this bright orange as like the tips of these flames burn with this shadowy flame. Very good. And you?
And I've been helped. Help.
Marcus.
The higher of the two is the 15 on the die, so it's a 23.
Yes, that will hit.
Fantastic. That puts it at 11 on the slashing or piercing, because I am attempting to pierce him this time. and then 5 fire from the first strike.
11 and then 5?
Correct. Piercing or slashing,
Yep.
and then fire. And then depending on how this man looks.
He looks very bad.
Yeah. Good. Like, do I actually get it in him?
Yeah, for sure.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
For how low health he is, absolutely.
Yeah, especially if it's because the goal is to attempt to have the blade be vertical at the point kind of like around where the sternum connects.
Yeah,
And then twist and pull outside.
sure.
And attempt to actually just full-on quarter this man.
Yeah. You stab down at him the first time, and he reaches up and almost grabs the blade, trying to stop
instinctively.
it. As you just slice through his hands and down into his chest, twist the blade, pull out.
Oh, not out.
Oh, sure.
Sideways.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
you
again,
twist sideways. and-
quartering this
sure.
man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Paladin.
Very, very, very paladin.
Don, it's a natural 1. I love this game.
Yeah.
If you would like to say either psychologically that there is a shrieking of exultation and excitement within my mind to where I shudder and almost let go, so as I'm starting to grip and rip, I lose that, like, almost like the strength is sapped from my arms suddenly.
Yeah. So I think I have a good way to flavor it with that
Yeah,
having happened. So
yeah.
you hear this hysterical shrieking laughter in your mind as your eyes almost kind of go red, and you stop kind of almost in horror a little bit for a moment as your hands lose grip on your sword as you're starting to turn. And he sees that you are attempting to slice him and turns with the blade so that way it
Yeah.
gets pulled from your
Ow.
hands and he rolls with it so that way it does not cut him further.
Sure, absolutely. Now, with him rolling in that motion, I lose grip, right?
Yes.
He is now prone.
Is he still upright, or does he, like, tuck and roll to be able to fully, like, kind of get away from me? Entirely up to you.
sure.
Like, I'm just trying in
Yeah.
the perspective of visualizing where he is in relation to me.
Yeah, I would say tuck and roll to attempt to put distance between the two of you.
Fantastic. Well, I've got a good amount of movement,
Yes.
and I've got a fucking horse.
Yes.
I'm going to just see him get on the ground, roll away with my blade. I'm just going to quickly grab at the exterior, like, rein of the horse, sweep my leg swiftly up on, mount, leg over the bridle, and just look down at him. And I'm going to whisper in my horse's ear, "Stomp this man to death right now." Usually, mounts similar to, like, Shimmer would get a turn. I didn't roll initiative for it.
Yeah.
If you're okay with me inserting at this turn,
Yep.
it at the end of mine,
Yeah.
he does have, like, a hoof stomp attack.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Because I would very much like now for my horse to just rear back and just
Kick this man to death.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
prone. Double 2, horse, you suck! Fuck you.
Horse
Yeah,
has night blindness.
yeah, right. Like he's just in the moment. Like, this is the first time I'm stomping anyone. Oh my god.
Just doing a little dance.
Yeah, like
Do
he
I
gets
get a
little
cool
too
fire
giddy,
sword?
right? Like,
I sure do like killing.
Dressage.
right? Yeah. However you would like to flavor the
Sure.
horse. Not if he dodges it or if the horse is just kind of like I rear it back too fiercely with just like the
Yeah.
violence overwhelming me.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
So you rear the horse back, and in that brief moment, he sees the horse go slightly higher than he would expect it to come down on him, and he snaps, and he's going to zip 15 feet back away. The horse comes down as he blinks out of vision and reappears slightly towards the tree, towards the tree line, and your horse slams down into the ground, pummeling into the dust where he was moments ago.
Yeah, I I would say that would have been the command that I would have given it.
Sure.
So I wouldn't
Stone.
say
Yeah.
to like have me also maintain its movement.
Yep.
That feels like too much.
Okay,
So I
sure.
would say like land, look over, like see where he blinks to,
Yeah.
and then I'm just gonna, in terms of flavoring for the conclusion of the horse's turn, I'm just gonna like slowly start to pat my horse on its backside and just
Sure.
say, well, now we just get to run him down, and then I'm good.
Very good. Next up is Artemis. Who is standing in front of this man that he...
No movement needed.
No movement needed.
I'm
yeah.
here for the family.
He's going to attempt...
Can you miss an attack if your sword is already skewering someone?
I just did.
Yeah.
I literally
Yeah,
just
it
did do
happens.
that.
So he's first going to attempt to kick him onto his back. Off of the sword. Get off of there. So he, with this, holding his blade out, pushes this man backwards, who falls to the ground, and he, mirroring Marcus, is going to flip it up in his hands and stab down into this man. And the man, mirroring his friend, snaps and zips 15 feet backwards.
That was a mistake.
And Artemis just, all right then, lifts up the heavy crossbow, points it at him, and is just going to launch it at him at essentially a very close range.
Is man on ground?
Man is on ground, yeah.
So Artemis would have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because prone.
Oh, he hits that one.
Artemis.
Even with that.
Marcus.
Artemis.
Marcus.
Marcus.
Marketus.
That's number
3.
3. He is going to take 13 points.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. A powerful crossbow.
If the lucky ones went fast, the other ones are going to wish they were dead.
Yeah, for real.
He takes 13 piercing damage as this just strikes into this man's chest. Well, sometimes melee doesn't get the job done. Have to adapt. And that is his turn.
Is he talking to the fake Engir next to him?
Yeah.
He's just staring at him like, yeah.
I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
Holy fuck, there's 2 of them.
Next up is number 2.
That was the one that got away from me, right?
Yes.
The one with Marcus's sword in his chest.
Yeah. So he is going to pull the blade out and toss it to the ground. First off.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome. And
This man has no idea about Mr. Pigeon.
nope.
He's like,
He will.
I'm safe now.
He will.
Back to
I could just run into the trees and be fine. Just hits the tree line. Pulled up into the
for what it's
bicycles
worth,
just in the ears.
He is standing in the area of the hole that was created by the pigeon bombing moments earlier.
Yeah, that's all the way back
It's
there.
over
that's-
I think
further.
it was like this
he
way.
was he was standing
was he?
here, and
Oh,
then
shit,
he
okay.
hit the ground and
Oh,
blew
and you
himself
threw
backwards.
him.
Yeah.
That's right.
He
Okay.
blew himself backwards.
He is actually going to turn and use his remaining 15 of movement to run towards the front of this large tree.
This way?
No,
Angle.
towards
It's a big
the
tree.
entrance.
Oh, towards the entrance. Okay.
So, 5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
The cat'll help me.
Please!
I mean,
Strange cat of the night!
he's trying to get to the door.
Yeah, inside, yes.
Yeah.
We started off rocky. Please help me now.
And next up is Marcus. Again.
Me? What? That's Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was number 2. I looked at 3 and I was like, oh, they have the exact same amount of damage that they've taken. So
Gotcha.
I looked at the wrong one.
How serendipitous.
Right.
Yeah. Next up, the secret tree clown.
Secret pigeon.
Yeah. Crouching pigeon, hidden clown.
Hidden clown.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and toll the dead on that guy.
Yep. Is it a wisdom
That's
save?
a
right?
wisdom save.
These worked out real well for Ethan.
Yeah, right.
All the time. I
15.
can't wait to roll like a 19. That's a natural 1.
Ooh.
It's just you, though.
The dice that Lawrence gave me are not doing well tonight.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, I was gonna say this.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Your Animal Crossing dice have rolled 3 nat 1s.
Oh well, I rolled like poo, so we got a 6.
All right.
6.
You did that one, though.
necrotic.
Oh yeah,
The cap is 12, right?
yeah.
It's a D12.
Oh, it's 2 d12s.
2
Because we're
D12s.
that level.
Yep. So 30.
Well, that's pretty good.
That's
yeah.
pretty good.
So he is. He's dead. he was close enough that
was
he,
2.
he does die.
Yeah, 2 is gone.
As he hears those bells and pigeon noises, I'm just gonna somersault through the hole in the tree. And everyone's too far. I'll just ready myself somewhere in the middle there. Up. I don't know. I have 30 feet of movement, so yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
He rushes towards this door, frantically scrambling towards
Yeah,
it.
that'll give you a nice line
And
of sight to him.
you look towards him and you snap, and this haunted bell with a pigeon sitting on top of it appears above his head, and bung, and he just reeks in pain, grasps his head, and then slumps forward where he is just leaning against this door now, dead.
Perfect.
Anything else on your turn as you leap from the tree and reveal yourself?
Nope.
Very good. Next up is number 5. Engir's right there.
Hi.
Nobody looks like they were hurt, right? On our end, really?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, they can't really run for the tree because
There's a cat there.
there's a fucking cat in the way.
Beautiful position. You over that door?
So she is still afraid,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't had to make saves
True.
yet because they've all died after. 3 would have to make a save.
Gotcha. For the frightening gun?
Yeah.
That's what okay. I was like, it's either
18. So 3 is good
that
on the
makes
next
sense.
round.
Yes.
Yeah, this mage is going to look at Twig and attempt to attack you. That is a 16?
Mhm.
16. You take 7 points of psychic damage as these purple glowing runes appear on your forehead. In the shape of a flower on your forehead tracing down across your nose. As you are racked with pain, you see visions of the queen sitting in the clearing at your home. Just for a moment, you see it flicker and her hand is like blackened and she looks like she's withering away. Just for a second, that flashes into your mind as that wreaks pain shrieking into your mind. She is then going to take that time to snap and appear on the other side of Twig.
Like right behind.
Yep. And is going to do the same to Mr. Pigeon. Nope, that's a 3 on the lower one. That'll be her turn. She'll make her save. It's a natural one again.
Scared.
Gonna not use these dice for the rest of the day. Yeah, so she's still scared. And we are back to the top of the order with Twig.
Well,
Your meal came to you.
they told me not to play with my food. I'm gonna make eye contact with number 5.
Sure.
Just real big eyes,
Mm-hmm.
huge pupils,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna poof up, real poofy,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna stab him.
Sure.
Does your tail get bigger? Oh, she's mad.
It was on
The cat pose.
the other dice. I don't know what it landed on. Probably not. 16.
Yep. That hits. This person looks relatively unarmored.
15.
15. Okay. That's to number 5.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are they
Glorious.
Scooby-Doo dice?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then I want to use my dagger with the other hand.
Sure. Stab again.
Yeah.
Reggie.
No.
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 I was thinking the
And
same.
then I'm gonna move.
Sure. Yep. You zip back around. Anything else?
No.
Very good. Shimmer.
Shimmer is going to fly over to this guard
Mm-hmm.
and use the help action again on for me.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get
Some help.
some help.
Very good. And you're up next.
Yes. So I am going to I'm gonna cast 2 Eldritch Blasts
Sure.
This-
Very good.
at this guard trying to escape, both with first one with advantage from the assistants. 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Oh, okay. That's 14 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then the second one is a 26 to hit.
Certainly hit.
For 7 points of force damage.
Another 7. Okay. Yeah, this guard also looks incredibly rough. The 2 remaining guards look horrible. You launch these 2 beams towards this guard as Shimmer swoops down and bonks this guard in the head, knocking the mask off. And as they reach for it as it's falling, they get struck by these 2 beams in the chest as they are pinned against this doorway that they are so drastically trying to get to. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Very good. Next up is Engir.
Hi. Can I free item interaction moving her?
Moving her?
Yeah,
Sure.
kind of shrug her off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll kind of pick her up, just sort of set her down on the ground,
Sure.
crack my neck, and I'm gonna look at 5 and just wave. I'm going to run straight forward.
Okay.
Right in front. And I'm going to grapple.
Very good.
Predominantly grabbing at arms.
At arms, okay.
And I can roll the d6 and add it to the roll for the inspiration, right?
Yes.
Six.
Well, I rolled a natural 1, but this time with the dice that Sarah gave me for Christmas last year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Donna.
Christmas.
Christmas. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's another natural 1. Yeah, so
Fully grappled.
fully grappled.
I will. Since grappling, I was curious about it. I just looked it up, and grappling. If I have 2 attacks that I can take, can I make an attack after grappling somebody if I have extra attack?
John?
What was the question? Sorry.
So it says when you grapple somebody, it takes the place of one of your attacks.
Yes. Yeah,
So if I have extra
attack
attack
available to you, grapple becomes the first attack action. You still have triggered on extra attack to be able to do the second one.
Okay, cool. I would like to break an arm
Sure.
or
Yeah.
hands, whichever.
Sure.
I'll leave it up to you to flavor it.
Sure. Yeah, you can roll your attack.
Hot damn. It's a 15 plus 7.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
That is going to do 3 radiant damage.
Okay.
And 7 hand-breaking damage. Crushing damage?
Yeah. They are very, very, very close to death. You grapple them, stop them as they are scrambling at this tree, and you reach up, grab their one hand that is grasping towards this door, and just crush it in your grasp. And you hear the bones crack as they just scream.
I don't think you're going anywhere.
Please, stop!
Why would I? You wanted me, you have me.
That is it.
Very good. Next up is number 3, who is going to stand and definitely can't make it back to the door.
Oh, I didn't know they were alive still.
I'm still here! Please stop hitting me!
Yeah, they're going to rush in the direction of Artemis with their blade raised and scream.
Ah! Oh, God!
I wasn't right next to them, right?
Yep. Huh?
Was I right next to them?
Not right next
Okay.
to, but
If I die, I will die with honor. And run in
that's
the direction.
that's a way to look at it.
That's number 3, so they're not feared, so at least I'm not rolling with disadvantage.
Honor, and kidnapping, and
Honor to them. That will hit just barely. On Artemis. Jesus Christ. It's not even enough to get rid of his temporary hit points. He takes 8 out of his 9 temporary hit points. As this guard slashes towards him, he will then swing again as Artemis just kind of laughs in his face. And that's a 6, so no. So he runs towards him, slashes towards Artemis, catches him across the chest. Artemis laughs. He swings back, and Artemis just takes the heavy crossbow and just pushes the sword up into the air, parrying it out of the way. And he's going to reuse his reaction to swing and smack the man in the face with the heavy crossbow.
Bonk!
Yep, and just going to do improvised with that. And we'll take an additional 3, be it 56, as he just swings, gets the blade parried, and gets slapped across the face with a heavy crossbow as Artemis just laughs. These men are fools! Weaklings! And that is the end of his turn. Next up is Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus.
Marcus.
Yeah, I'm gonna telepathically. Well, I mean, I would just actually whisper to my horse in its ear once again. We're gonna run fast, and I'm gonna have my horse dash, and I'm gonna take a wide angle ride past the area of my sword, lean down to grab my sword. Tokyo drift on this motherfucker, and attempt to come behind him and just swipe horizontally downwards at his head, and right opposite side of Engir, cleave through this. It's a woman, you had said, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, cleave through her head from the back.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they have to learn. 13.
Just hits.
Bait. 14 slashing, 3 fire.
Yep, they're dead. Yeah, you recall your time Tokyo drifting the lions.
Dude,
plains,
the Savannah Plains,
yeah.
like
happened all the time.
Right.
As the farmers.
I would do training with William.
Yeah. You think back to your childhood of all of that of herding the lions on the horses and kind of sliding around in the fields of grain. And you rush down, you grab your sword, and you take a wide berth around your friends and swing towards this person. As they are pushed against the tree, you slice through the back of their neck, the blade embedding into the door of this tree as their head falls backwards over the blade and is cleaved off.
Good. Yeah, I'm going to just swiftly slice through the remainder of the bark with this person's head.
Yep.
I still have horse movement.
Sure.
Like I've gone roughly probably 25 to 30 of my...
Yeah, it looked
80,
like 25.
Yeah, my 80 horse.
Yep.
So, we're gonna... I would even say fuck it, just because like I've watched Artemis have a great time over here with this person. As I turn again an angle to go in the direction of this last remaining individual, I'm just gonna, having swiftly pulled the sword through the exterior of the bark door, pull it up over my head and just just full on like fucking Roy and goddamn Smash Brothers, just let it go in a fucking twirling arc.
Sure, absolutely.
And absolutely throw this shit at this person.
Sword is a thrown weapon, kids.
Yeah, right? I mean, this is absolutely an improvised thing. Do you want me to roll at disadvantage? Because I am yeeting this thing. And it is not obviously a ranged weapon that should have a...
Yeah.
Typically for like throwing a dagger, you can go up to 20 feet.
Sure.
Like, I would be doing this when I'm only like 10 feet away from this person, but I'm still throwing a great sword.
Sure. I would say, again, in this combat, I'll roll of cool it. They're all literally so close to death that I will just... You can roll your attack. I don't need to be with disadvantage.
Thank you. 14. I'm going to burn my good old Bardic Inspiration.
Very good.
15.
15 hits.
Fantastic. 7 fire. 10 piercing, because at this point, again, it would be thrown. It wouldn't really be slashing through him. But yeah, like 100% just... I would also absolutely, fuck it. At this point, I would just say, lay claim another!
Sure. Yeah, you ride forwards, throw your blade spinning towards this man. It strikes him in the side and just cleaves him in twain in front of Artemis as he just drops the heavy crossbow. Yes! Glorious!
You're fucking right, Artemis. God, battle feels good, doesn't it?
It does. It's been a bit since I have fought on the fields of battle. Absolutely glorious. We will exit initiative order as they are all dead. And you've solved my guard
mystery.
I'm gonna drop the body that I'm holding up by the hand. Marcus!
Hey!
I'm gonna trudge over to him.
Your hands hurt?
At least warn me next time.
Warn you?
I got that fool's blood all over me.
Oh, yeah, messy affair. Combat sometimes, especially with how big the weapons are you and I use.
Ugh.
Fortunately, I don't really have any magic to clean you off, but...
It's fine.
Sure, I've got some rags or something somewhere.
I should have expected nothing less when I hired a Beasley to do the job.
You know me. I can't help but make a big explosion when I get excited in the midst of battle. That's why I have to wear so much armor. Whew. Everyone all right?
I didn't get hit.
That's great. I think I'm the only one who actually got hurt whatsoever in this battle, right?
I got hit, but I feel pretty good.
No problem. I'm gonna lay on hands 9 for myself to put me back to full, and then I would lay on hands whatever.
Oh no, I'm good. I still got my temp.
Oh, you're still on your temp? Oh, yeah. So I heal temp. Myself for 9, and the party's great again.
The world is good.
Well, that was exciting. I feel like that went very well, everyone. Good job.
What was the exploding bird? Who did that? Was it the pigeon? You do that more frequently?
Holy shit, I didn't even know you were here. You leapt out of the tree. I saw an exploding bird.
He left the hole in the
A
ground.
very large bell killed a man. I'm not familiar with magics whatsoever.
Give a little bow. Finally heard you some pigeon noises.
That's why he was knighted. Look at the fucking wild shit he can do.
I do understand. Did you serve in the king's army to be knighted, or?
Technically.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, we
We all did.
Yeah, we did that. We, murdered a guy in a church.
No.
It was a big
For the
battle.
king.
Okay, sure.
And then the king said, I don't want to be king anymore. The world is scary. And then we chose the new king.
Oh, all of the stuff in Fjordan. We did hear news of that. I hadn't heard
Yeah, that
about
was us.
the murdering of a man in a church.
Well, it was
He
a
was
combat.
bad.
It was a bad man.
Bad, sure.
A very bad
I
man.
would assume that they are.
Yeah. We
Many are, unfortunately.
beat him and his undead army to death, and then,
He was talking to the Blackflowers.
Also,
Oh, well, even better. You're all avidly familiar with them. It'll be all the more sweet when we kill them.
I'm gonna start gathering up the bodies and piling them up next to the tree. While we're just chatting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think there are others?
like guards out here? Probably not. I would think with a compound like this, they would have, had whatever presence clearly available to prevent anyone from entering.
We still have surprise then, because for now at least.
Yeah, I mean, none of them got away. None of them seemed as though they were able to send any kind of magical missive back to others within the compound. We did kill them quite quickly. That in total took 18 seconds, roughly.
Yep.
Wild.
I'm gonna begin nailing them to the tree.
Sure.
That's
absolutely.
It ain't honest, but it's work.
Yeah, you see Engir just pick up the bodies as their arms just dangle limpless, and he puts a hand up and pulls a nail out of his mouth. Bang, bang, bang.
Twig, do you want any trophies from any of these? Some teeth?
There's a head over there.
Some head against the tree?
I'll shrug and go to the head.
Sure.
No. Try to pull the teeth out.
Sure. Yeah, two of the teeth are golden. Two of the back molars are golden, but the rest are just regular teeth.
I'm gonna hold them up to Mr. Pigeon.
The silent thumbs up from a cloud in the night.
Put these with the discs.
I'm gonna check pockets for notes.
There you go.
Sure. Yeah, you search these guards. You do not find notes. They do not have anything on them aside from their weaponry and their strange masks.
That seems unwise for guards.
I'd be pulling their masks off as I'm nailing them to the... There's no anonymity here. People need to know who you are.
Sure. Yeah, are you using drywall mounts on the tree?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I'm drilling the hole first.
Yeah.
Putting the mount in there, and then
Yeah.
I'm screwing them into the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah. You
Need to make it
nail
secure.
all of these bodies to this tree.
And I spit on them.
Sure. Each one individually.
No, just at the tree.
Sure.
What do their masks look like? Like, are they like hard masks? Are they soft masks? Like,
They're hard masks. They look like they're made out of a very hardened leather.
Leather faces?
Yeah.
We just killed 5 leather faces?
not a singular chainsaw. Come
Yeah,
A
dude.
singular chainsaw.
Sick.
on, we need an artificer.
Yeah, they look like they have been kind of shaped and then hardened into that shape. They just depict like very wide, thin, smiling faces, like Cheshire Cat almost, but even thinner on the smile. Like just almost up to the ears, thin, creepy smile. Completely white masks.
Well, the way I see it is we can go in loud or we can go in quiet.
I think quiet's probably better. If we go in, we still have the
Surprise.
illusion Engir.
Well, you also have the real one.
We can put like a hood on you, so they don't notice you right away, and then we have this surprise a second time.
Well, I think as soon as we get inside of this area, if we're not...
Completely white.
Can I take one?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna start putting my makeup on the mask while we're talking, like
The clown.
red nose and the lines I have.
Yeah, sure.
Just make it look exactly like my face.
Sure, yeah.
But I think once we're inside of the compound, if we're not being escorted by anybody, it's going to look suspicious.
Yes.
So I think if we're going to try to maintain the illusion of secrecy still, we do need some individuals who are capable and willing to, and like gesture at the mask that you're adopting. We do need some people possibly to potentially wear some of these.
I can, but I don't really look like them.
No, you would not be one of the first choices.
Not to mention there's a lot of platinum somewhere in here. If one of us at least is disguised as one of the guards, we might be able to find it, signifying that we'd struck a deal with someone.
I would imagine the Blackflowers probably keep that under lock and key somewhere, not in the prison. It's more likely in their house above.
Oh, the money, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, money be damned. We're here for the people. Can you speak with the dead, Engir? You hear them?
I'm gonna look in my bag and pull the skull out.
He's oddly quiet today.
You wouldn't be able to speak with one of the ones we've killed?
I mean,
I'm gonna walk up to one of them, slap their face.
where are they hiding? They're dead.
Ah.
Yes. Sorry. Hold on.
I'm gonna walk up to another one and slap him in the face.
What am I wearing? That one's dead too.
Damn.
Yes. Yeah.
They didn't seem to be addressing each other by name.
No, they did not.
At one point, one sword was being pulled through my abdomen in such an extraordinary fashion it almost felt as if it was being pulled some way. Is this magic you're aware of?
No, I have no ability. I do know that Rin was able to move things, but I cannot.
What do their faces look like?
They are all elvish. They look oddly similar. All of them. The male and females all look very almost regal in their faces. The one female mage has a longer, like, silvery hair, but they look oddly similar.
Like
Not identical.
facial structure
So
is
a
similar.
family?
Not necessarily, just in the sense that, like, when you have a grouping of similar in the sense that they all look very regal. They don't look like commoners.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Definitely not identical by any means, but
Okay.
just
Yeah, they just
similar
look like they're
features.
of wealth type
Yes.
of thing. Okay.
Well,
Well, I mean, in terms of planning, I do think that, well, in terms of the people who would be best suited to bring Engir, it's probably best to eliminate the people that are hardest to hide, which I think is Mr. Pigeon, Twig, and to a degree, I mean, I guess at least Dandelion has the opportunity to still hide on your person with being quite small.
yes, I unfortunately do not have the ability to do it again right now.
Which would leave you and I then best suited to just adopt the attire of the guards here. I don't want to make Mr. Pigeon not wear his ceremonial garb.
Hold the little smile.
Well, I think they would recognize that a guard has a gesture towards the rest of your outfit. That doesn't seem to be much of the traditional attire for their guardians. But is there one that is remotely close to like my size and stature or his, because it's like I'm like 6'5" and you're 7.
I'm giant.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with going in as myself
Okay.
and being escorted.
Sure. So then it would be silent illusion, a different guard with the mask.
Oh.
Yeah.
With me and illusion are the 2 guards bringing you and you who caught real Engir. Artemis would also be one with them, so that would give us 3 people who would have overpowered him.
When we got attacked in the caravan, the masks of those 3, they had like the lips and like the...
Yes, they were different.
The see no evil, hear no evil.
Their mask
they had the
signified their
symbols.
thing, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they had things
Yeah.
on their forehead.
Yeah, that was
too.
the symbol of what they were.
Yeah, the ear, the eye, and the mouth. Yeah.
Yep.
And they weren't wearing like a similar garb to these.
Similar garb, yes. Their masks were just flat white with the symbols.
And I mean, those are also 3, they were changelings also, correct?
Correct.
So, I mean, it would be strange to have only one of those, because we didn't take the masks, correct? Or did we take their masks?
No.
So, like, if you're thinking of making one of them, I think it would look weird if we don't have the other 2.
I was just thinking, since Engir can't hide anymore, I could make one of those, an illusion of one of those that didn't speak.
The ones from what we just fought outside?
No, the other ones, but if that's...
I think that they travel as a set of 3. I think Engir having, manacles but not being locked, actual Engir, it makes it easier for them to go through if we do encounter other guards to falsely pass an inspection, because it would be genuine this time.
They would be quicker to inspect me than another guard.
Yes, and I think they would be less likely to interrogate me should I have already passed through and I'm escorting you all. You all would have been checked and verified to be bringing the genuine Engir. So then maybe it is best if we are only having me as one of the people outside. You 2, and I would point at Artemis, you 3 as the bounty hunters who are bringing him in, and you just completely disguised. I would be falsely portraying myself as the one who spoke to us initially, as he seemed to be, I suppose you could say, the leader of that group of the guards outside. Obviously, the difficulty is I do not know his name.
What is your name? There's nothing.
You could take his robe, too.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yes.
That's what I mean. I intend to take all of his attire. I would attempt to disguise myself. Like, again, that's what I was saying, like, his stature. Like, is there an absurd... Is he, like, 5'4" and I'm 6'6"?
No, there is
it's me, little Tony!
No, they're taller.
Sure, so even if they're just, like, 2 to 3 inches shorter,
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna, like, hunch down, but I would just play
Yeah.
it off as a, like, oh, it's dark, like, I'm still the same height.
Yeah.
But this way, again, it at least brings us, the direction, so we don't need to worry about getting lost. If we do encounter any other checkpoints while within the underground compound, we at least have a good story to once again get us close. And should we need to again ambush anyone who catches us, your shackles would clearly not be locked. The 3 of you would still be discreetly armed, and then we do still have the obscured small dandelion. And ideally, we don't really hit many checkpoints while within.
Only a few doors.
Yes, and we didn't see his vision.
No.
Okay. Yes, if it's only a few doors, ideally there are not many, again, like guard checkpoints where there would be more than 1 or 2 people while within at a point.
3 guards I ran past? 3 or 4,
Yeah.
something like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
In total or at one spot?
I took one of them out and then I ran past 3 or 4.
Yeah, he heard the sounds of them like behind him.
Okay.
Running after. But
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Suit up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the attire and everything like that, and again, with it being like, very dark and black, like I would still attempt to keep my armor on over it, but if I do have to remove my armor to be able to wear this cloak and whatnot, I'm happy to do that again.
No, I would say you can leave it on.
I'm gonna give one of my great club to one of the bounty hunters to hold, just so I don't visibly have a great club on me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take my battle axe and I'm gonna kind of like hide it up my back
Okay.
to have Dandelion kind of hang on to it so you can
Sure.
launch it out. And I can just got it.
Sure.
Probably Artemis holds the great club.
Yeah.
It's probably best then if for the three of you bounty hunters, if Artemis is the leader of your trio of bounty hunters, if that's all right. He is a bit more vocal.
Do they know him? Do they know what he looks like?
Good call.
Look at him.
Pigeon, you care to
There's
help?
a chance that some of the guards may recognize me. That is possible. They have sent people to interrogate, especially when they were looking for Engir.
They're looking for a red dragon, though. They know the red dragon.
Yes, I am, but I am red.
Pigeon,
Pull out like a thick white makeup.
how would you like to be a white dragon?
It gets me in the door.
Yeah, go ahead and
You
give me
paint
that.
him like a mini. Highlights,
Yeah,
lowlights.
get a little tear.
I've killed before and I'll kill again.
Kill again.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a thing that takes
Yeah.
us, like 10, 15
Yeah,
minutes,
it'll take a little bit.
it lets me like get into the attire and make sure that like I'm comfortable with
Yeah.
and then I would attempt to start quietly practicing the individual's voice
Okay, sure.
for who I would be masking myself as.
Okay, sure.
What did his voice sound like?
He
Well, God damn it.
You gotta have a little faith, Arthur.
when he walked up, he had said like, "We need to inspect the merchandise." Kind of lower and
Yeah.
Regal.
We need to inspect the merchandise. We need to inspect the merchandise. We need to inspect the merchandise. All right, I think we're there. We're close enough. It's fine.
Should I also do a voice?
Oh no, you're Engir, so do Engir.
No, yes.
Yes, you're no longer in character. You are Engir again.
Rum Bumbledore.
Yes,
I think I suffered head trauma.
that's all right. We'll get there. We need to inspect the merchandise.
I am the merchandise. Wait, I don't need to do the
Yeah,
voice.
Engir.
Sorry,
Engir.
I'm so lost in character.
It's all right. It gets confusing sometimes when you adopt so many personalities. You go a little mad over time. Well, inside we go.
very good. Yeah, you all pull open the bark door to this this large
Bark
tree,
compound.
this bark compound, and you this very door that has been slashed into and crushed by bodies. You pull forward as this seemingly would have been almost invisible against the tree until you slashed into it and kind of crushed it inward slightly. You peel back the bark, and inside you find an illuminated semicircle of stone flooring and a ladder that is heading down. It was stairs. A set of stairs that descends down towards the back of the tree and under the ground.
Wide enough to only walk 1 by 1 or walk 2 by 2?
It would be 2 by 2.
I'm gonna stow my mask in my sleeve.
Sure.
This is where we go down.
All right. Well, I think it's most sensible if I walk first, and then Artemis, and then Engir, and I would, again, clasp the manacles around your hands together. Your hands are fucking enormous, right? Like, I would
Big.
assume. Like
Charlie's dad in It's Always Sunny.
okay.
His uncle.
His uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Big hands.
I would actually lock them, but give you the key. Because, like, if it's so big where, you know, manacle around wrist, if he's able to, with enormous fucking hand and big fingers, like, just keep the key kind of loosely dangled inside the manacles and just effectively hold it, like, with one finger and obscure the key.
Like, hold it in my palm.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Sure. Just so this way it's like, if they do genuinely inspect...
they are locked.
They are actually locked.
Sure.
Yeah, and I wouldn't bother doing his legs. I would have a reason for why I wouldn't have done that. It's impossible to move somebody long distance when they're fucking manacled at the legs.
So I'm too big to just throw on the back of a horse.
Yeah, fair. So I mean, me, then Artemis, then imprisoned Engir, and then Dandelion on True imprisoned Engir, and then I guess you two can walk 2 by 2.
Do we have Silent Image Guard with us too, or no?
No.
Okay.
Just me.
I would have Shimmer sit on probably Twig's shoulder.
Okay. Very good.
I would pull out one of my little hooded paladin lanterns.
Yep.
And illuminate the way.
Sure. You all descend down into this dark hallway beneath the earth that descends down about 40 feet before flattening out and stretching forward. And you all walk, the sounds of your footfalls echoing around this space on the stone. And you come to a set of 2 doors, one on the left and one on the right. And Engir, as you look past Marcus, you have a flicker of recognition, and the door on the right sort of traces with a blue light, the same color as your eyes, and kind of like flickers back and forth.
Turn here.
And I'll gesture to the right.
Yeah, I would move over to the door to the right, and does it have a handle?
It has a handle, yeah.
Yeah. Push.
Yeah.
It's a pull door.
Fuck!
Let me in! Fuck! Help! They got me again!
And pull.
Yeah, you can tell that this door looks new, as Engir did crash through the last one.
Yeah.
And you all step into this hallway that extends forward about 10-15 feet before hanging a left and heading back in the direction that you were headed. After that 15 feet, it splits into a series of 3 tunnels with no doorway. And the center one illuminates as your brain flickers again, and this center tunnel kind of like flickers back and forth and illuminates with this blue light.
I'm gonna lean forward as I stumble and whisper, "Straight."
Yeah, no, I would keep walking silently. I'm not going to intentionally, call out or do anything to draw attention to us, even though we are proposing an idea of espionage and secrecy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to keep that as best as possible and not draw additional attention to us bringing in a prisoner.
Yeah, absolutely. You follow this hallway for about another 30 feet. It swings around to the right, and you come to a single closed door. It descends as it loops around.
There's a natural decline in the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is all stone, so this has been dug out.
Okay.
It descends, and you come to a single door.
Similar in regards to what we've experienced so far of just door with a handle, no strange markings or anything.
No strange markings.
I would pause and just look back over my shoulder at imprisoned Engir. Not too close yet.
Getting there.
Okay. Yeah, no, I would again.
Yeah. You pull the door, and you see adjacent to another door, there is a about 10 by 10 room, and adjacent to you across this other door, there is a guard standing and he holds his hand up towards you. What are you bringing in?
One guard,
1 guard.
2 doors. Guard is only standing in front of the one door.
Yes. It's not 2 doors. It's door you're opening and then immediately across.
Sure.
is
And he's
second
by
door.
the other door, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I would then kind of lower the hood over my lantern to not be shining it in his face.
Yeah.
Sorry, more merchandise. Some bounty hunters are.
I'm gonna kneel and walk through the door,
Yeah.
like bend to get through the door jam.
Yeah, I would take like
Yeah.
a step in. Some bounty hunters brought in a very valuable piece of returned merchandise to us.
That is an incredibly valuable piece indeed.
He's masked.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, already inspected him. It seems very authentic, and you know how we pay people here.
Yes.
I made sure that I brought them.
Wonderful. Well, he's a special case. We'll need to take him to the cells directly before taking you all to get your payment.
Understood.
Follow me.
Yeah.
He turns about faces and reaches for the door.
Yeah.
Pulls it open.
Yeah.
Deception check.
Hold
Can
on.
I tell if this guy is being sincere from his tone?
Sure, you can roll a deception check.
Insight, you mean?
Yeah,
For her
Or,
trying
yeah,
to read.
yeah.
like in
Yeah.
insight.
'Cause she's not lying.
I am lying.
Yeah.
I'm pretending that I'm not here at all, when in fact I am. 17.
Yeah, the impression that you get is this is standard procedure for bringing in people. It doesn't seem off, with the exception of obviously Engir is a high value
Yes.
target. But it seems like what he says is accurate.
So he reaches for the door.
Mm-hmm.
Odds are even this.
Okay.
And the demons took a hold of this one here.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to strangle this man with my manacles.
Sure. Yeah, he turns for the door, and you reach for.
I just tighten up my grip on him, and I'm just like,
Yeah, and you pull him back as he reaches for the door handle, and you drag him back across the room.
As he does that, I would move up adjacent to Engir at one of the sides towards this man's body, and I would immediately jam my gauntlet into his mouth. Not like
Sure.
cover, like
Yeah, just-
I'm going to like break teeth and grab
Yeah.
his tongue
Sure.
and rip into his tongue to make it where he could not for the life of him attempt to make any kind of sound.
Yep, sure. Yeah, you pull him backwards, not expecting this at all, and you pull the mask up and shove your gauntlet into his mouth and break his teeth and rip his tongue out. As he just...
as the tongue
yeah.
starts coming loose, I snap to the side and snap his neck.
Mm-hmm.
and he crumples to the ground.
Yeah. I know. I very much wanted to do the same thing when I got out. I'm very sorry that we're back here, but remember the task. There are 4 innocent people who are going to get out in the same way that you got out.
Right.
We can kill them, but we have to keep quiet.
Right.
You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just put like one hand to steady your shoulder.
Are there any boxes or anything in this room?
It's relatively empty. This is just like a crossing area between...
Is there a table with chairs, perhaps?
There's genuinely like nothing in here. It is just the guard. I'll say there is a chair.
All right. I'll plop him back in his chair and like pull his hood up so it looks like he's sleeping in his chair.
Sure. Yeah, you put him in his chair, push the chair into the corner, and plop him up.
Mr. Pigeon, your sleeves can hold a lot, right? Yeah, I'm gonna break his arms back behind his back.
Okay.
And
Fold
then
him in
I'm
half
going
like a
to-
crab claw?
I'm gonna fold him in half, inverted like a crab claw. And hold up this square of a man.
I just gesture like.
That's how Bagman gets made, and we don't do that here.
All right. You said there was a box?
Yeah. Or no, there's just a chair.
It's
Oh, it was just the chair.
Yeah, I propped him up in the chair to make it look like he was
He's
sleeping.
been folded in half.
It's not the first time.
Not the first time.
Nope. This is my revenge.
I guess we have to eat him.
He is still fresh.
I don't really want to do that.
Is that a thing that you all do after a kill?
No.
No. That's a natural one.
Okay. Sure.
I was trying to make sure that nobody, is too suspicious of the room behind us as we go. Trying to, parse out options. Mr. Pigeon's, his sleeves are secretly quite massive and can contain many things. I was hoping that we would have been able to obscure him should he have been smaller. We could,
Would you say that it's perfectly reasonable that I could have grabbed a burlap sack back at the inn?
I would say you have a sack, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my burlap sack.
like
Just
Santa Claus.
put the body in the bag,
yeah, no.
cinch it shut, and just set it in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
Who left these potatoes here?
Hold on, before you do that, Artemis walks over and like slices behind the tendons at the the joint points, so that way he helps you fold it. It was not the first time I've done this.
Yeah, all right. Thanks. I'm going to pull out my
people have
body,
done this before.
my vial of ladies' perfume and just
Yep.
go over to the sack and just...
Ah.
Ugh.
Yes. The famous
Flour sack.
flowers.
Yeah.
Flower smelling potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shove that into the corner, put the chair over it, and
Pull out my, yes, I have my original gear still. Pull out my censer with incense.
Yeah. Okay.
See if that does anything. Tuck that back in.
This is good.
I am a holy man.
it's quite the odd ritual,
Same.
but sure. They're all horrible people. That's,
Oh, yeah, this is definitely what they deserve.
yes, they're all monsters.
All right, next room.
Forward.
Forward it is. Get us back into formation. Open the
You
next
pull
door.
open the door and there's
There's
another
just a
door.
dude. Oh my god!
Just leaning with a cup. Oh shit!
Did I hear? Do you guys have crab claws?
Where did you get crabs in this time of year?
I got a Jones in now.
Yeah, no, you pull open the door and there is another lengthy tunnel that winds further down.
I'm going to continue to follow said tunnel,
Yeah.
keeping us in formation.
Yeah. You get back into formation, continue about 60 feet as this winds down, straightens out, continues, and then banks the other direction, winds down slightly longer, and then once again splits into 4 tunnels this time. And Engir, you close your eyes for a second and open them, and you see the second from the left is glowing and kind of phasing in and out, back and forth.
Do my eyes have any effect when that happens?
No.
My physical eyes.
Your physical
my clown
eyes.
eyes, as you've once
Your
said.
clown eyes.
My delicious clown eyes, are they
delicious-
flickering?
I believe I have said that. No, they're not. This is entirely in your own head. No one else sees
In my
this.
mind's
In your
eyes.
mind's eyes. But there's no visual effect or visual change for you. You look the same.
Second to left.
Very good. We go down the second.
Second from left, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
You continue onward and you come to another single door. And Engir, when you see this steel door, you stop for a moment as you just hear the screams of pain that you had let out multiple times from the area beyond this door. That was not steel the last time you were here, but you've realized where you've arrived. And every night when you were thrown into your cell on the verge of passing out, you could hear the yells of others here. And you stop for a second, and the rest of the party kind of like walks into the back of you as you see this door.
We're going to free as many of them as possible.
Yeah, all of them.
That's why we're here.
Whatever it takes.
Oh. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I'll, like, look at Artemis and just nod.
Let's get them home.
Yes.
Is there a handle for this large steel door? Single door, you said, correct?
Single door. There is a lock on the door. Like in the door.
I was going to say embedded as part of the door.
Embedded as part of the door.
Well, she searched everybody and found no keys.
No keys.
I would just initially go to it and test the handle.
Yeah, you pull and it is locked.
Okay, so it's a pull again. I would then look back at Engir. I'm going to knock.
Yes.
You hear nothing for a minute, and you hear a set of keys in the distance.
From
you
beyond the
hear-
door or behind us?
From the other
Opposite
door.
side.
Yeah, from the
Interior.
opposite side of the
Okay.
door. And you hear a set of footsteps and a small little, like,
Pull
slot,
latch. Yeah.
slides open from the top.
Yes.
I'm going to spit in his face when he slides that open.
I would then elbow him in the gut. Some bounty hunters found the reflection.
I see that. Why do you not have your key?
Well, he broke his,
You fucking drop things when you get punched in the mouth, little man.
he broke his first set of manacles and had to apply a second. Didn't realize that the key got shattered in the scuffle. You know how he is. Penchant
Yes.
for breaking things.
Yes.
One moment, he slides that closed. And you hear the lock click and the door pull in towards him, and he stands against it.
Real quick, when he had the slot open, were there any additional sounds of other individuals within the room?
No. You hear, like, people, like, rolling on stone in the distance, just, like, the sound of things moving around on stone. But it doesn't sound like it's people, like, walking around.
Okay. As a person that was in prison, does it sound like it's prisoners rolling around on the stone floor
It
of their
does.
cells?
Yes.
Okay, great. You said he slightly pulls it open and leans on it, or fully pulls the door open and then leans on it?
Yeah, he's going to pull the door fully open and lean on the door.
As I get a reasonable look around the room, could you please describe the room in more detail before I make a decision?
Yeah, absolutely. So you see immediately straight across from you, this is a 10 by 10 hallway, so the 2 wide, same as this is. Goes down about 40 feet before another steel door is there. On each side, lining from wall back to wall, are cells. It looks like they are about 10 feet between each one, with a stone wall in between each one, so that way you cannot see between them aside from the person across.
Sure.
So there will be 8 total in
total
this
cells, yeah.
area.
Okay.
You said there's like a wall in the middle of the room so they can't see one another?
In between each
yeah.
cell. So you
In
can
between
see
each
across,
cell. Okay, so you
but-
can see across.
yes.
Okay. I was like, that's despicable.
Yeah, seeing this and knowing that there's another door opposite where we are in this hallway, I would stand, slightly turn so I angle a little bit and gesture slightly behind me. I brought the bounty hunters back as they need to be paid
Yes, of
for their
course.
services.
After we get him into his cage.
Yes. Very well. And then I would, lean back and put my hand around the linking, chains of the manacles. And I would take a step and demonstrate that I'm pulling Engir.
I would mime resist and then go.
Fucking hurry up. Not again.
Yeah, and you pull him forward into the room.
Yep.
Do the rest of you follow into the room as well?
I definitely do.
Yeah, right?
You have no choice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Artemis also follows
He does,
in.
yes. Yeah, you all walk in. The guard pushes the door closed behind you, locks it, turns, and then walks forward to the cell adjacent to him and unlocks it and pulls it open. And Engir, this is your cell.
When I see that he is
I'll walk. Yeah, I'll go.
interacting with the first cell here, when he locks the door, because that happens before Engir is being put into the cell, is it a ring of keys or was it a single key on one chain?
Ring of keys.
Ring of keys. He gestures, he goes, opens this cell. Yeah, now it's my turn, just... Because, I'm not putting him in a fucking cage again.
Yep.
It is absolutely, and not even attempting to strangle. It's very much back turn, just...
Yep.
Nighty-night.
Yeah. He locks the door, swings that key back on, swings the other one, almost like whistling as he does it, and slow walks over to the cell, turns the key, and you just...
Yep.
And crumples to the ground, and the keys just kind of bounce on the ground.
Yep. And I would look at his form on the ground and just look back at you. Yeah, I can't bear the thought of a cage for me either again, and could never fucking put you in one. So, I'm gonna stomp on his head.
Click.
Yep. He's all yours.
I'm gonna take the manacles and put them on my hip.
Mm-hmm.
Stow the key. And I'm just gonna pick his dead, lifeless body up. I just begin smashing him into the wall. Over and over and over. And when he's good and bloody, I'm gonna go and attempt to nail him to this stone wall.
Sure. I would say that you will have some trouble with that, but you can get into the grout between the stone. It's definitely not easy work.
Yeah, it's like hammering a piton at that point.
And upon hearing all of this ruckus, you turn and see three faces at the edge of the cells, peering out as far out as they can get, which is not very, as they are all down the other end. And you hear a voice from the one end. Hello? Is someone there?
Do I recognize the voice?
You do not.
Okay, because these are all newer people from before.
Yes.
From after I left, yeah.
I would be predominantly watching Engir and what he's doing, and just without breaking, concentration of watching him, I would just say, Artemis, you know if they're yours. You go tell us.
Yeah, and he turns and walks over.
Cormac and Bo are here. I imagine you're Miss Ophelia?
Yes, I am. Are you here to help us?
Yes, we are. We're going to get you all home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take out they are clearly locked from exterior. I'm going to take off the ground the ring of keys and just throw them at Artemis.
Yeah, and he reaches up and catches it. Unlocks the cell with Cormac and Bo and slides it open, and the two of them, dwarven, both look very badly beaten. Brownish red hair. Both of them have one eye that is completely swollen shut. They have cuts all over their arms and faces. No armor, ragged clothing, and they just kind of stumble out of the cell.
It took you long enough, Artemis. Thought you were going to leave us here to die. Well, couldn't have that. You're too valuable, Cormac. Yeah, I hear that all the time, but if we could get the fuck out of here, that would be quite wonderful. got an ale or several with my name on it. Make sure you let the girl out too. There's another one across. Get all of us home, please.
And the two of them step out, and Artemis heads to the next cell to unlock Ophelia's. And Cormac walks up to all of you. Hi, Cormac.
And finish nailing this man to the wall. Spin around and just stare at him.
Hell of a time to be meeting you.
Yeah, wish it were under better terms.
You don't have much of a journey to get back home, but there's a carriage outside that can absolutely... Well, I trust Artemis you'd be able to manage a horse and get them back.
Yes, I can get them out of here.
I would just shake the keys.
Do you know where your armor's at?
I don't know. They took it from us when we came in.
The room where I collected my belongings previously was empty. They must have changed.
It could be anywhere. I'm not worried about it. It's not the weapon or the armor that makes the person. It's how you use it. I just want to get home.
Good enough. Is there any more?
We only saw the two that are in here with us, Ophelia and I think Midori, she said her name was. Didn't talk much else. Don't know much about her.
You ever heard anything else of any of the prisoners being kept down here?
No, they didn't tell us much. Mostly just beat us.
It sounds like something they would do.
Yeah. They know about the girl. Ophelia, what she's capable of.
All the more reason for you to hurry and get her home.
Yeah. Thank you, whoever you are.
You're very welcome.
Hopefully we'll... Are you not all coming out also? It's not a
No.
rescue mission.
Well,
There's far too many Blackflowers here that need to die.
the garden bed needs to be weeded.
Yep.
Well, if I were in mildly better shape, I'd fight alongside you all, but I've got to get her out of here.
Yeah, priorities. We
I'm
also want to make sure that none of them try to fucking follow you.
Yeah.
gonna quickly explain the route out to him too.
Yeah.
And,
Top of the stairs. Open the door. It's outside of a tree. Continue straight. And you'll find the carriage.
alright, well, between Bo and I, we've got two good eyes, so...
No, I would gesture at Artemis. They should not go home without a guard.
I understand.
Thank you for having come with us, but this last leg of the journey is much more dangerous, as you said. And the chances of them getting back out through this compound and through the carriage and then back home safely is much more important. This was a rescue mission, and I would like to see the rescue completed.
If that is what you wish.
We'll be okay.
I'm gonna wipe some of the makeup off his face.
Thank you.
You're fucking ugly.
I wouldn't have it any other
I
way.
like you better as a red dragon. And
Me too.
keep me an ale ready.
I will. You'll all make it back.
He finishes unlocking Ophelia's cell and slides it open. And Luna, if you'd like to post the picture of Ophelia in Discord, you can.
You said Midori's here as well?
Midori is also here, yes. As Artemis walks over and begins working on the other cell, you see an Asimar step out, about 5'6", looks to be late 20s, early 30s. She has bright blue eyes, a light pink hair, and a very ragged but not beaten looking wine-colored, like red wine-colored dress. I don't know who all of you are, but thank you so much for coming to our rescue. Is there anything that I can do for all of you before I leave? Do you have any pains or ailments?
No, we're quite fine. Save all of it for the four of you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Are you coming back to wherever we're going when you're done here?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll stop back for some dinner.
Okay.
We can catch up then.
Thank you very much.
She walks towards the door, towards Cormac and Bo.
Oh, I have food for them. I'll give them
Thank you so
a
much.
loaf of bread each.
She immediately picks it up and just begins to eat it. Tears well up in her eyes. Artemis gets the other cell open, and from out of the darkness of the cell, Luna, I don't know if you have the picture of Midori readily available. If not, I have it from the document you sent me, and I can take a picture of it and show everybody. But if you do have it, if you want to post it, that would be awesome too. You see a rather tall, 5'10", strange-looking, half-elvish woman. She has very sharp silver eyes and messy, long, mint green hair that's very matted in sweat and blood to her scalp. She has on fairly fancy-looking clothing, though it is ripped and torn in a lot of places and very in very bad shape.
Mm-hmm.
She herself looks in otherwise fairly good shape, aside from the matting and the clothing.
I don't know what's going on.
You're getting out.
Yeah.
I hand her a bread.
She just kind of
They're not going to hurt you anymore.
reaches out.
You get to go home.
I don't have a home.
Well, you have a place you can go now.
Yeah. Nice people, good food, safe. Place to relax.
Relax.
Yeah. You'll know it and you'll feel it when you get there. It's hard to explain. Especially when I imagine you've been raised behind bars. You'll be alright.
Okay.
You've heard of dogs, yes?
Yes, I've heard. I've had to fight dogs.
Well, have you ever seen the nice ones? The cute, cuddly little ones?
No, only large, monstrous ones.
You are in for a treat.
Okay.
Little ones that give you hugs and kiss your face?
They're not really big, taller than men.
Not taller than men? Is that a normal thing for dogs?
Nope. Not in the least.
I've never met a dog larger than myself. Because if there was one, I would take it and I would ride it places.
Okay.
Marcus, find me a dog bigger than me that I can ride like a horse.
I'm
Alright.
only more familiar with forest animals for the most part. These are the only things that I really ever saw.
I understand. You can tell us about it when we get back and we can have a nice dinner as a group. Get to know each other better. For now, the night is still young and there is a chance that you all can make it back before anyone notices or becomes suspicious. I don't mean to be rude, but it is imperative that you all make haste. There are dead bodies that people will find eventually.
We'll do our best to pull the attention of those pursuing you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
She turns. Artemis walks towards all of you.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely brother in arms, shake his hand, pull him in. You did good.
As did you. Good luck.
You as well.
Give a
Do
little
I-
curtsy.
Okay.
I think I have a handshake with Artemis, and I don't remember what it is, but I will.
Okay, yeah.
Dandelion will-
He very quickly does that.
Engir.
I'm gonna predator this man. Just
Yeah.
flex as hard as we can.
And he pulls you in.
Come back alive, all right? Please.
Well, if I come back dead, you've got bigger problems than that?
Maybe. 50-50.
Yeah, I could haunt the hell out of you, so...
I'd rather not experience that again.
Pat
I'm
him on
already
the
white as
face
a
a little
ghost
bit.
at this moment. I would like to not experience that. Godspeed.
He turns and rushes to the door, unlocks it, pulls it open, tosses the keys back to you, and sends them through.
Good luck.
Pulls the door shut.
Yeah.
Should we bar that door? Or should we leave it open?
The one that they just went through?
We should probably close it so if anyone walks by, they're not suspicious that it has been opened.
Is there any way we can jam it so it doesn't lock?
My only thing with that is we don't know whether or not there are any other men at the other hallways behind. I'd rather people...
Not be able to flank us?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna... Well, it opened inwards into us.
Yes.
And it's single turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got... it's stone floor.
Stone floor.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a hammer and some pitons. I'm going to start angling them in so this way they go under the angle of the door frame but still have, a sufficient metal ring and extending shaft, but deeply embedded. And then I will put it where, if this is the door, I'm going to put a piton here, take one of my 2 crowbars, and angle the jutted part of the crowbar into one of the pitons, turn it, and angle it into the other piton.
Okay. So the door cannot
And
be
the door
opened.
cannot open, and then this way, again, it's, comparable to like an immovable rod because it's...
Yeah, it's... You're
angled,
jamming against
turned,
2 things in
jammed.
stone.
Correct.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, no, that you hammer that in and...
Yep.
and
I shake it and make sure like this
Yeah.
is fucking firmly in here on
yeah,
this side.
it's
This
not
isn't
going
really
in here. It's going to
anywhere.
be hard for you guys to get out this way.
That's fine.
Yeah, you jam that in there. That is not opening without significant, explosives or force. Yeah.
Good.
I would have gotten my club back from Artemis too before. he
Yeah.
left.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Should remove one of my crowbars.
One of the many.
That is why we got them. Still got 2.
Deeper into the belly of the beast?
Always. No hesitation, no fear. We'll start walking towards the other side with the keys.
Mm-hmm.
Move towards the other steel door and unlock it.
Yeah. You unlock the door and pull this open, and it opens almost silently, and you see another tunnel that dips down and starts winding back up, lit by torches, and the group of you step forward in your formation, and we are going to end there for the night. Friends, thank you very much for watching this evening. I hope you enjoyed the episode. We will be live next on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the City of Oshwamp, followed by next Friday at 6 p.m. for the Lost Kings of Adoris. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you again for everything, and we will see you on Monday.
If you didn't wish Don happy birthday, already do it,
Happy
fuckers.
birthday, happy birthday, happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
happy birthday.
Thank you. Good night, friends.
Good night.